Greetings, everyone. Out there in Zoom land, we are speaking here from Sadhanasrma in Slovenia. Slovenia. And we have quite a little crowd here with us today. Nice. So you can move more this way, actually. There's more space for everyone. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Also, whoever wants chairs, we have chairs, folding chairs somewhere. Maybe next to the books, maybe behind. I think there's some folding chairs in the kitchen downstairs. And there's also these little folding stools there. Yeah, different options. All right. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganam Raghunatam Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Nibandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Okay, so translation is there. Who is translating in Frevatsky? Alita. Okay, good, thank you. And Somya Karani in Ruski. Thank you. And I'll translate it into English.
Czułem.
So good.
Guru Maharaj, can you please unmute? I accidentally mute you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So we can jump into the song by Narottama Thakura. And if someone can post it on the chat, it's kind of easier for me than sharing the screen, because then I don't have to switch back and forth, if that's okay. So we have Prema Bhakti Candrika of Srila Narottama Thakur, and this is song number 5. And this is another rather long song, a long song. And it's interesting because it's introducing raga anugā bhakti, rāgera bhajana, it's called here. I think what we can do is go through the first 5 verses. It has 10 Bengali verses, and then it has 2 Sanskrit verses at the end, which is unusual. But we can start with the first 5. Okay. Ragera bhajana patha kohi ebe abhimata loka veda sāra evani, or loka veda sāra evani, sakhīra anugā hoiyā vraje siddha deha pāiyā bhāve judabe parāni. I shall now describe the path of spontaneous love for Krishna, which is glorified by the exalted devotees and the Vedic literatures. Actually, it says loka veda sāra evani. Loka veda is kind of common expression meaning in the world and in the Veda. But he translates here as exalted devotees and Vedic literatures. Okay. By traversing this path of spontaneous love, one becomes a follower of the gopis and attains the perfect spiritual body of a liberated soul. So there's a technical term here, siddha deha. Deha, of course, means body. So it says vraje siddha deha pāiyā. Pāiyā, having obtained, having obtained what? A deha, a body. What kind of a body? A siddha deha. And where? Vraje, in Vraja. So suddenly now it's getting serious. Oh, it was always serious. Sakhīra anugā hoiyā. So becoming or being hoiyā, and anugā, literally a goer after, a follower. Follower of who? Sakhīra, of the Sakhis. Bhāve judabe parāni. So in this bhava, I don't know this Judabe, Prani. Parani is short for prani. I mean, it's extension of prani. One who is, literally one who is alive. But I think it means one who's very close to the sakhis, I think is the idea. Yeah, so he says, Ragera, Bhajana Patha, the path of Bhajana, of raga, so of attachment. Raga means intense feeling, attachment. Kohi ebe abhimata, loka veda sāra evani. So this evani, this teaching, speech, is loka veda sāra, is the essence. Or could take in different ways. Anyway, sāra means essence. Exalted devotees. By traversing, by going on this path of spontaneous love, one becomes a follower of the gopis and attains the perfect spiritual body of a liberated soul. We're getting a German translation also from Bhagavan Krishna and Amritamanda. Okay, second verse. Radhikar. So now he's going to just list names of the associates of Radhika, of Radharani. Radhikar Sakhi Joto Taha Va Kohibo Koto Mukhya Sakhi Koribo Ganana Lalita Vishaka Tata Chitra Champakalata Ranga Devi Sudevi Kotono. Okay, and translation. I shall now describe the most important of Srimati Radharani's gopi friends. Lalita, Vishaka, Suchitra, Champakalata, Ranga Devi, Sudevi, Tungavidya, and Induleka are the 8 most important gopi friends of Srimati Radharani. Her other gopi friends are divided into groups. The Narmas, I think he's just adding this. The other gopi friends are divided into groups. The Narma Sakhis, Priya Sakhis, and Preshta Sakhis. All these gopis constantly render loving service to Srimati Radharani. Oh, I see. That's from verse 3. He's put those together. Okay. Verse 3, Tungavidya Indureka. In Sanskrit, sometimes the ra and the a are kind of interchangeable. So sometimes you'll read prahlada and sometimes prahrada. It's just the way it is. So here Tungavidya Indu Reka instead of Leka. Ashtasaki Leka Ebe Kohi Narma Sakhī-gan. Radhikar Sahachari Priya Preshta Nama Dari. Prema Seva Kore Anukshana. Okay, so Sahachari, literally goers with, those who attend or accompany persons who accompany, or girls who accompany Radhika. Priya Preshtanama. Priyanam, okay, Preshtanama, he's kind of combining. Dari Prema Seva Kore Anukshan. So Anukshan, Kshana means moment, and Anu means following, so ongoing. So the sahacharis, who I think that term is including these different categories, Priya Narma Sakhi, Priya Nama, and Preshtanama. These are different categories of gopis. Okay, verse 4. Sama snehā vishama snehā na kariho dui leha kohi matra adhika snehā-gana. Nirantara thake shange Krishna kotha lila range narma sakhi e shab jono. Equal affection. Oh yeah, this is interesting. Equal affection for Radha and Krishna, or more affection for Krishna than for Sri Radha. Do not become attached to that. I will just speak about preference for Sri Radha. They are always in her company, blissfully telling her about Krishna. They are all called Narma Sakhis. Sam sneha visham sneha. So sama is equal, vishama is not equal. Na kariho dui leha. Kariho, I think, is kind of imperative. Don't leha. Don't take either of these, I think he's saying. Kohi matra adhika snehā-gana. Okay, adhika is the superior. And so I will speak, kohi, matra only, exclusively, about the superior snehā-gana, those who are the ganas, the group of sneha, of those who are affectionate. So it's kind of, I guess it's implied there, their sneha is for Radha. Nirantara take shange Krishna katha lila range. So always staying, take, shange, in association, nirantara, constantly. Krishna katha lila range, enjoying the katha, the speaking about Krishna lila. Narma Sakhi, Jana. These are the Narma Sakhis. Hare Krishna, welcome. Haribol, welcome, welcome. Join the party. There's various chairs somewhere if you want a chair. I think downstairs in the kitchen is black folding chairs, if you like. Or next to those books on the left, I think there's some little folding. Oh yeah, there's a chair. Okay. And Sri Rupa Manjari Sar, Sri Rati Manjari Ar, Lavanga Manjari Manjulali, Sri Rasa Manjari Shange, Kasturika Adi Range, Prema Seva Kore kutuhole, kutuhole. Shri Rupa Manjari, Shri Rati Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Manjuna, no, that's misspelled. Manjulali, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Shri Rasa Manjari, Shri Kasturi Manjari, and many more are eagerly and lovingly serving Srimati Radharani. And translators put into brackets, supplying her musk and various other articles. So, okay, so we're going to stop with this fifth verse and just see if we can sing it. But first, Shri Rupa Manjari Sar, Shri Rati Manjari Ar. And of course, Rupa Manjari is in his sadhana deha. It's one way it's expressed. In his siddha deha, Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari, right? And in his sadhana deha, his practicing body, he is Rupa Goswami, same person. And then there's these other manjaris who also have their sadhana dehas. Shri Rasa Manjari Sange Kasturika Adi. Prema Seva Kore Kutuhole. Kutuhole. Joyfully. Eagerly, I think. Okay. So, let's see what we can do with this. You amongst us here have it on your little gizmos. Okay. And there's a madanga here. And there's all kinds of music of percussion instruments in the corner there. We're going to get some backup music here. Okay, I have to first change this. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, the question is here, gibt es deutsche Übersetzung? Wir hören nichts. Is there a German translation? We don't hear it. Does anyone who is translating into Deutsche Sprache? No one's responding.
That's good, Maharaj. There is a German translation. What's it called there? 1 second. Balavan Krishna Prabhu and Amrita Mandali Mataji. They are German interpreters.
They're translating? Oh.
Yes, they are assigned as a German interpreters.
Oh. Okay. Are they actually doing this, or I think they actually need translation, not that they can translate. Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's no one to translate into Deutsch, what can be done? Who was usually doing it?
Guru Maharaj, I was contacting usually Savitri Shyama, but she's quite busy during the weekend, so, and Yamuna also. So we are in need of a German translator currently.
Okay, we're looking for German translators. Anyone out there can apply for the position. Okay, sorry for that, Balavan Krishna and Amrita Mandali, what to do. You'll just have to imagine that you understand. What to say? That wasn't a very encouraging answer, was it? Oh dear. All right. Okay, let's see. Ragera Bhajana Patha kohi abhimata Ragera Bhajana Patha kohi abhimata loka veda sāra loka veda sāra sakhīra anugā hoiyā vraje siddha deha pāiyā sakhīra bhāve judāve parāni bhāve judāve parāni Ragera sakhīra abhimata ibokota mukhya sakhi pariboda nana lalita shaka Kshetra Ranga Devi Sudevi Patana Ranga Devi Sudevi Patana Vidya Indureka Ashta Sakhīra Ede kohi narma sakti Radhikara Sahachari Priya Krishna Namatari Prema Seva Kore Anu Prema Seva Kore Anugā Sama snehā Vishama snehā Nakariha Dui leha kohi matra adhika snehā-gan nirantara take sange Krishna kata lila range Narma Saki Esha Bhajana Narma Saki Esha Bhajana Shri Rupa Manjali Sāra Shri Rati Manjali Ara Lavanga Manjali Manjulali Shri Rasa Manjali Sange Kasturika Adi Range Prema Seva Kore Kutu Ole Prema Seva Kore Kutu Ole Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Some messages are coming that some are not hearing anything, so I'm not quite sure what's the problem. We seem to be having sound. Some of you are hearing, some of you are not. Is that right? Yes, no. Hearing?
Guru Maharaj, I think when you put the original sound from musicians, your volume goes pretty low. When you go back to normal audio, then it's fine.
Well, okay. We're back on normal now.
It's loud. Now it's loud enough. Yeah.
Now it's loud enough. Okay. Okay, good. I thought we could read again a little of Narottama, which we have here. Narottama, because the story is not over yet. Oops, that's not good. Turn that off and move this and share screen and share screen. Allow. That's there. Okay, can you all see the screen? Can you see this screen? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's been a while since we read from Narottama Vilasa. So what's happening? Backing up a little bit. Narottama has been in Kshetra. He's been moving around a lot, and he's going to continue. There's news about distribution of the books that they brought from Vrindavan to Bengal. Let's see, recently, hope I'm in the right place here. Recently, Srinivas received a letter from Navadvip carrying devastating news. Many of the Lord's associates from Shantipur and surrounding areas who were suffering intensely in the fire of separation have now left this world. Hearing about the demise of Sri Sarkar Thakur and Sri Das Gadadhar, Srinivasacharya sank deep in the ocean of despair. I cannot describe his state of mind. Sometimes we were afraid for his life. One day, being unable to bear the pain of separation, he left for Vrindavan without telling anyone. So Srinivas, you remember, was one of the group, Narottama, Srinivas, Shyamananda, who brought the books from Vrindavan to Bengal. Then there were so many adventures, they lost the books. Srinivas recovered the books, converted this king, what's his name, Rajbir Hambir, to Vaishnava, and he's now the Raja Guru. But now he is feeling so sad because these devotees have departed. So back to Vrindavan. I think we need to open windows. Maybe you can just kick. Yes. Yes. Okay. It's already. Okay. Okay, so now he's back. Srinivas is back in Vrindavan, and Goswamis are thrilled. So it seems the Goswamis are still there. They sit him down, they listen to him about all the news, and the whole story about this carrying of the books, the manuscripts to Bengal. And they spent 4 or 5 days just talking about all the news, all of this. Then a devotee named Sri Ramachandra Sena came there to meet Srinivasacharya. When the Goswamis were informed of Ramachandra's scholarly capabilities, they conferred upon him the title of Kaviraj. The Goswamis eagerly listened as Ramachandra gave a full account of Srinivasacharya's marriage. Srinivasa's marriage? Okay. Oh, now I understand. Yes. It's in the song. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kor. And then the last line, Ram Chandra Sanga Mage Narottama Das. Isn't it? So that Ramchandra Sanga, that Ramachandra is Ramchandra Kaviraj, who is a very close friend of Srinivasacharya. And isn't the story that he was going to get married and then changed his mind at the last minute? I think that's the story, but it's not told here. Maybe it comes later. Which reminds me, there's a famous story in the Jain tradition of one of their Tirthankaras, one of their perfected beings, of Naminath, who they say however many thousands of years ago, he was a king, he was a prince, and he was on his way to his wedding. And when he came near to the palace, there was he wasn't alone, of course, he was a prince, came near the palace of the princess he was going to marry, and he heard the crying and the howling, and he heard all these animals crying and wailing. And he asked someone, "Whoa, what is this? What's going on?" And someone explained to him, "Oh, those are the animals. They're all in cages that are going to be slaughtered. They're going to be sacrificed for your wedding feast." And Nami said, "No, they're not going to be sacrificed for my wedding feast, because there's not going to be a wedding. And I order that all of those animals immediately be released." And then they release the animals, and he doesn't go any further to meet his bride. He immediately turns around and goes back. And then it said he took up austerities and extreme austerities, and eventually he became a perfected being, a Tirthankara. So he's celebrated Naminath. He just heard the sound, the crying of the animals. Said, "No, can't do it." Okay, so Ramachandra Kaviraj. Thereafter, Sri Jiva Goswami and the others gladly handed over more books to Srinivas. So apparently, they took some manuscripts to Bengal. Now he's coming back. How long later? It must be some, who knows, some years later. I would think a minimum of 2 years, maybe, but maybe it was 5 years. He's coming back, and they're saying, "We have more for you to take to Bengal," because in the meantime, they've been writing. They continue to write. So we have some more for you to take. Presumably, but it doesn't say that, they would have written, but also made at least one copy. And there's a place in Vrindavan called Grunt Samadhi. And this is just a kind of stone structure, which is in the courtyard of the Madan Mohan temple. And they say that one copy of each of the books of the Goswamis was buried there. Yeah, just there in Samadhi. Okay. Gave books to Srinivasacharya, appointed 4 Brajavasis to accompany him, and bade him farewell. So Srinivas came all the way to Vrindavan, spoke with the Goswamis for 4 or 5 days, and apparently he's again going all the way back. Sri Gopal Bhatta, Lokanath, and everyone there were extremely sad to see him leave. Srinivas quickly returned to Goda and then went to Vishnupur to the king. I heard that he would be coming soon to Yajigram, so I immediately came here to inform you. Who's speaking here? This is a little confusing. Okay, during the course of this conversation, two messengers suddenly arrived with another letter for Narottama. Oh, I guess this is all being reported to Narottama. Letter for Narottama from Sri Acharya, that means Srinivasa Acharya, and Narottama happily read aloud. So now this is what's in the letter. Quote, I left my home along with my followers and went to Kanchanagariya, where I initiated two devotees who are the bearers of this letter. These two brothers, Sri Das and Gokulananda, are the sons of Dvija Haridas, a prominent follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being ordered by their father, they accepted initiation from me. Yesterday I left Kanchanagariya and started for Vuduri. And then Narottama, who's reading this letter, says, oh, what a wonderful morning for me, and happily took the two messengers to the temple of Sri Gora. There, introduced them to Balaram Pujari, who gladly brought them Mahaprasadam. Okay. Thakur Mahashoy, that means Narottama, then went to inspect whether all the preparations for the forthcoming festival were ready or not. He was happy to find that all the go-downs, all the places of storage were full of commodities, full of food, everything. He then engaged various persons to specific assignments for further preparations. Next morning he left along with Devi Das, Gokul, and Gauranga and started for Vuduri. Okay, I don't know anything, never heard of Vuduri. Okay, there he's going to meet Srinivasa Acharya. So there's all these meetings and departings. This the whole story is meetings, departings, full of joy, then full of pain of separation. This seems to be the main theme of what's going on. Okay, we can stop there. And this is good. This is page number, oops, excuse me, page 29. Okay, stop share. All right, Hare Krishna, Srila Narottama Das Thakur ki jai. So we're getting into the depths now with his discussion of raga anugā, but he's just sketching. He gives names of the close associates of Radharani, and then he's going to say in the rest of the song how he aspires to become one of these manjaris, basically. Soumya Karaniya has a question related to this. What is the difference between rasa and bhava? Because both are sometimes used in both meanings, at least as I've understood up to now. And this morning, I felt like I totally don't understand anymore what is what. True confession. Yes, I think we all feel that way sometimes, isn't it? I don't know what's what at all. Okay, possibly confusion is there because both words can have a range of meanings and they can both have a full sense and a more general sense. Bhava, general sense, can just mean emotion. or it can mean mood. It can mean having a certain mood, which is just just a mood. We all have moods. So in that sense, bhava can mean that. But then in the more technical sense, bhava is a certain level which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura elaborates in his book Madhurya Kadambini, where he's elaborating the two verses of Srila Rupa Goswami, Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangota, Tato Bhajana Kriya, etc. Tato Bhava, Sada Bhava Anchati, etc. It's going eventually bhava and then prema, but then it gets again more complicated because prema is elaborated in so many forms. What is there? There's sneha, and there's bhava again, and there's mahabhava. Mahabhava being exclusively what Srimati Radharani experiences. So, okay, staying now with Srimati Radharani, what is her experience? It's mahabhava, prema. But what is her rasa with Krishna? Her rasa with Krishna is madhurya rasa. So rasa is categorizing, well, maybe I should back up and say general meaning of rasa, of course, can be taste. What's the difference between a taste and a mood, you could say, or an emotion? Well, going to the technical side, the taste is of a particular sort of relationship, and therefore Rupa Goswami gives us, he says there are 5 main relationships. What are they? Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. And then there's the 7 subordinate relations. So there, I guess the thing is there's a bit of an overlap between bhava in the broad sense and rasa in the narrow sense. Let's leave it at that for now, I would say. Rasa is also, as a technical term, it's the sort of active principle of poetry, of aesthetics, of Sanskrit aesthetics. It's that which one is, it's that which is evoked by good poetry. It's that which a good poet aspires to evoke in his audience. Is a certain rasa. But again, I think there's overlap there, because to experience rasa is also to experience emotion. And broadly speaking, bhava can just mean emotion. So now that I made you more confused than you were before you asked the question, is that okay, Soumya Karan? She's nodding, yes, okay. And while we're on questions, dear Lalita, do you want to ask? You had 2 questions that you sent to me. Do you want to share about those? Oh, she's busy translating. That's the problem. Okay, maybe I should just...
Now I removed her from translation so she can join the...
Yeah. Are you going to explain your question, dear Alalita? We don't hear you. Maybe you have to shift channel or something.
Matiji, Alalita, just put in original audio, please.
Okay, now?
Yes, now we hear.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for giving me this time. So, after listening, first question is from Srimad Bhagavatam. After listening to your class and for Nisimha Chaturdasi time in Hong Kong, you were going through a story of how Hiranyakashipu appeared, and you were saying that
How Hiranyakashipu appeared, or how
oh, sorry, that Lord Nrsimhadev appeared because Hiranyakashipu wanted to see him. He was like so anxious, and his anxiousness to see him sort of escalated in the sense that Lord Nrsimhadev had to appear. And then you also mentioned that it seems that all the demons want to be defeated by Krishna, which to me it appeared like that they are, even though they're demons, they're desperately looking for the liberation, even through their anger. And in that sense, I wanted to ask you, would it be possible that they may be subconsciously, in the case of Hiranyakashipu, that they subconsciously, that they somehow know that they're actually Jai Vijay, that they came from Vaikuntha after they were cursed, and they were like urged with their demonic, nature to provoke Krishna in a way that they get killed by him, so that they can get back to Vaikuntha as soon as possible after their three forms of demons.
Seems like that, doesn't it? I don't know if the idea of subconscious sounds a bit Freudian, so I don't know if that term quite fits, but isn't the story that they had a choice of what was it, three births as demons, or what was the other? 7 as devotees. Was it? Is that in the Bhagavatam, or is that some later explanation? Anyway, they choose to be demons for 3 times because that means they'll get back quicker.
Yes.
So it makes sense to me that part of their wanting quicker is provoking the Lord to appear so that they can be defeated quicker, so that they can get back to Vaikuntha. Yes. It makes sense to me. And that explains to me why Hiranyakashipu is so intent to he's so intently challenging Prahlad. He's really concerned to see the Lord. The Lord has been hiding from him, he feels, and he wants to meet him. and Prahlad becomes the via media by whom, through whom the Lord agrees to appear, but it's still somehow eagerness of Hiranyakashipu, his demanding, where is he? He's everywhere, Dad. Really? So that means he's also in this pillar. Mm-hmm.
So when he was saying to Shri Prahlad, how come that I can't see him if he's everywhere? How come I can't see him? Well, I can't see him if you say he's everywhere. It's almost like he's jealous that Prahlad can see him and he can't see Krishna. Like Prahlad can see Vishnu, but
Yeah.
he can't see him. How
Yeah.
come you can see him? I can't see him.
Yeah.
It appears like that.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, yeah. He's like a superior to his son, but he can't.
I'm your father. I should be able to see him before you.
Yeah.
First me, then you. If I give permission, then you can see. How come it's the other way around? Yeah. Okay, you had another question, I think.
Yeah, another question. Yes, after listening to Sisinavan Maharaj's I think Holy Name retreat, I listened to his class. I got inspired to read through 23rd chapter Chaitanya Charitamrita, and
23rd chapter?
yes,
Madhya Lila. Oh.
Madhya Lila, yes, Madhya Lila. And it's quite like really, I came to maybe verse 60 and things started going a little bit over my head because of many different explanations of first one develops from faith, and then from faith develops the taste, and then attachment, and all these different levels. And then when it came to the higher understanding, I got a bit lost, like some kind of got lost.
You started getting dizzy.
I started getting very dizzy, and I had to stop reading because I didn't really understand. So in this verse 2356, Srila Prabhupada quotes the verse 3-94 from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, when he's saying that then in all five mellows there are two divisions, like yoga and ayoga. Yoga, which means connection, and ayoga or viyoga, separation. And so in the stage of ayoga, separation, so mind is to be absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, thinking of Krishna. But on the other hand, we practice like a bhakti yoga, connecting to Krishna. So we are practicing like through Hare Krishna Mahamantra and devotional service, to my understanding that we are connecting to Krishna through these different spiritual activities. But at the same time, in separation, ayoga or viyoga, also on some very high level, some feels the separation, but also thinks of Krishna. So I got confused in the why isn't our practice called bhakti ayoga? Like practicing bhakti in separation instead of practicing bhakti in order to connect, or should we connect first and then go to ayoga, separation? So that's when my confusion arose. So I'm asking for enlightenment. But to understand it.
Bhakti Ayoga. You could start a new movement. You can start a new mission, the Bhakti Yoga program. That would catch some attention.
I would probably be on the cross in no time. Displayed.
I would just say that, yoga is the general term. Again, you can think of it as sort of general and more technical, I guess. Yoga is a general term. Of course, it does mean like connection and linking and so on. But the word yoga can also mean just discipline. So the discipline of the practice of bhakti, in which one, at some point, specifically as a follower of Lord Chaitanya, may relish the sense of the Lord's absence, relishing in the kind of painful sort of a way. Lord Chaitanya was in great pain as he was feeling the absence of the Lord, but that pain was also, as we say, ecstatic. So, yeah, I guess the solution, so to say, here is to say, okay, we practice bhakti yoga. That means we practice the discipline of bhakti, which means whether it's vaidhi sadhana or raga anugā sadhana, it's a discipline, it's a sadhana. And then still you can also say, because one is thinking of Krishna as one is feeling the absence of Krishna, one is actually connected with Krishna, right? You're chanting Hare Krishna. So the name is there, the name is non-different from the Lord. You're actually connected. And of course, on the level of Radha Krishna Lila, we have stories of Radha and Krishna being literally sitting next to each other, and Radharani is feeling Krishna's absence. So even when there is presence, she's feeling absence. What is it? Something by Chitya? Prema by Chitya. Yeah. Isn't that the sense of absence even in presence? Anyway. Someday I'm going to learn all these technicalities. Someday. All of the scholastic technicalities. Yeah, so I would see it like that.
Thank you very much.
Does that help?
Yes, it helps my understanding, yes.
Okay, good. Now, what else? Yeah, from myself, the only news is I'm back to Slovenia. I'm happy to be here after quite some time.
1 year.
Huh?
1 year.
1 year? It's been a year. Yeah. Time flies. Yeah. We had a very good tour. I don't know if I mentioned last week we were in Hong Kong. Nice tour of China. I have especially Prema Sarovara and Sitarani to thank for their assistance. Yeah, they're both here with us. Prema Sarovara and Sitarani Ki Jai. Making all arrangements and keeping me healthy. And yeah, we met lots of nice people, and many of them inviting us back again for more lecturing. And This time we had a little break in the midst of the tour. For 5 days, we were in a little resort town in the country, staying at a very nice house. Our host was one Bhaktin whose relatives own the house. And that was a welcome break. And what other highlights can we mention? There's maybe I mentioned before, there's looking like possibility we'll get the 2 books on the Bhagavatam that I did with Ragera. Prema wants to translate them into Mandarin, Putonghua. And we may have a publisher for that. Oh, and Gopi Krishna's with us. Hare Krishna, Gopi Krishna in Shanghai. Haribol. And she is working on translating field notes. So we'll see how we can print that. And other publishing news is that my book, Yoga and Animal Ethics, is now fully in production. Within a few days, I'll be getting the proofs, which I need. So I need to read through the whole book and check for any mistakes and make corrections that they've pointed out. And now they're saying it could be that the book will be printed, published around, they said, July 25th. I'm hoping it will happen then, or even if we could get it earlier, because I want to have it for the conference in Oxford, starting on the 4th of August. Anyway, we'll see. So something happens. Okay. Rindapati, you were in Japan. Oops, we don't hear you, even though your thing is off. No, we still don't hear you. Something. No. Okay. Maybe later. Some adjustment. No, we still don't hear. What to do? Okay. In any case, you were in Japan. I've never been in Japan. Anyone here has been in Japan? You've been in Japan. Okay. Oh. Okay, what else? I'm looking a little bit at the clock. It's been suggested, and I'm thinking to take the advice of ending a bit early because I have a meeting, another meeting online coming up. A meeting, it's Bhaktivedanta Institute for Higher Studies. They're doing a series of podcasts, or what do you call it when it's with video cast. And it's my turn to interview Radhika Raman on the subject of Shastric hermeneutics. Hare Krishna. So I may end a little early, but what I could do is share with you. I was looking at this morning and thinking, might be interesting to see. Hold on. Oh, make that smaller. Something from this presentation that I did at the end of 2023. Okay, Zoom, share, and whoops, I don't see it. There it is. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, yes. I don't know if I've shown this before, but because I think, dear Lalita, you were raising a question about studying Bhagavatam. And I guess I've talked about this sometimes, but here it is again. Can everyone see this screen? Okay, so Bhagavatam, you see, is represented by a circle in the middle. And then we have Vedic corpus. What that means is the whole collection of what we broadly call Vedic literature. And then on the top, sorry, I don't have it for those of you physically present to see. On the top, we have the commentarial tradition. On the left, we have non-Indic traditions. And on the right, we have current readers. And then being a little more elaborate, a little more detailed, you see here, what sorts of things there are. So Vedic corpus, there's the four samhitas, the brahmanas, the Upanishads, there are the epics, Mahabharata, Ramayana, there's Pancharatra, there's the Puranas. All of that I'm calling here Vedic corpus. And commentarial tradition, we have the Gaudiya commentarial tradition, and from other Vaishnava traditions also are commentaries. And there I'm including especially our acharyas, and you could say for us, beginning with Srila Prabhupada, we have his purports to the Bhagavatam, in which he draws from other commentators, especially Sridhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, but sometimes others. And we have the works of the Goswamis, especially Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, all of which can be seen as commentaries on the Bhagavatam. And I include also Krishnadas Kaviraj, his Chaitanya Charitamrita is a kind of commentary on the Bhagavatam, where Lord Chaitanya is the center of attention because he is the perfect reader of the Bhagavatam. He is the reading Lord. He is the divine reader, and he shows the way of reading and experiencing the Bhagavatam. And there's so what I'm trying to say is that as we read the Bhagavatam, we may directly or indirectly, consciously or unconsciously be aware of some connection, some relation to all of these factors. And here I'm including non-Indic traditions, Western religious traditions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, indigenous traditions, shamanic and Greek philosophy. Why? All of these we have some kind of awareness of or some sort of cultural connection with. Yeah, we grow up in a so-called Judeo-Christian, here in the West, a Judeo-Christian culture for the most part. So all of that has its influence on our thinking. And then we go to the other side, current readers, that's us, and influencing us in our reading. There's the cultural context, the historical context, and I said psychophysical makeup. Now, all of this we could say is relevant to us more or less, and we may want to say, but most important for us is the Bhagavatam as revelation. And this is something that His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Goswami has emphasized very nicely in some lectures he's been giving on the Bhagavatam, that it's really about the understanding of Bhagavatam we're looking for is the understanding of revelation. But I would suggest that even with revelation, there is still all of these elements around the Bhagavatam. They're all part of the picture of the Bhagavatam is not a completely isolated text of 18,000 verses. It's connected in one way or another. It's dynamic, and that's why Kimva parayarishvara sadyo hridya varudyate shushu shubhis takshana. We can have the sense that what is the need? Kimva paray. What's the need for anything else? It's all in the Bhagavatam. Well, it's all in the Bhagavatam, and it's all because it's connected with the real world and you could say the textual world. So that's something I talked about in this presentation I gave in the Bhakti Vedanta Institute presentation. They asked me to speak on hermeneutics. So this was toward the end of my presentation, which I titled "The Map is Not the Territory." Mapping hermeneutic approaches to the Bhagavatam's cosmologies. Yeah, I'm not entirely satisfied with this presentation, but it was the best I could do at the time. It was addressing the issue of the Bhagavatam's cosmologies, which are so fantastic, right? I take as the example of something really fantastic in the Bhagavatam. This is from chapter 16, and I quote, "The mud on both banks of the river Jambu Nadi, being moistened by the flowing juice and then dried by the air and the sunshine, produces huge quantities of gold, called Jambu Nada. Jambu Nada. The denizens of heaven use this gold for various kinds of ornaments. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and their youthful wives are fully decorated with golden helmets, bangles, and belts, and thus they enjoy life." So I brought this as an example of a description in the Bhagavatam, which is really quite fantastic. It explains elsewhere these jambu fruits are the size of elephants, but and then one of the commentators from the Madhva tradition says, actually, no, they're much bigger. And he gives a measurement which I estimated as the size of 6 football fields. So, okay. So this is a challenge. In other words, the Bhaktivedanta Institute, they're trying to understand how do we relate what we see through a telescope and what modern science tells us about our universe and what's being described in the Bhagavatam. Is there any way to relate them? And so there were several presentations, and I gave this on, okay, let's step back and let's think about how it is that we read. What is the process of reading and interpretation? The fancy word being hermeneutics. So that's going to be the topic of this meeting coming up soon. Right. What else? I think that's pretty much what I have to share right now. Next week, we'll be here still. But will I be here or will I be in Zagreb? Because I'm being asked to give a program. We're having on Sunday a program, but 25th, but maybe also Saturday evening. We'll see. Right. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Thanks to our translators. Wow, that's quite a background you have, Param Dhamananda. It looks very cosmic lotus. Okay, so I think we're gonna just abruptly end there, unceremoniously, we say. Or should we have 5 minutes kirtan first? Yeah. Okay, 5-minute kirtan because we have so many devotees here, but then we have to turn musicians on, and then I don't know if any of you here anymore who are listening in. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai, Gaur Premanande. So, keep safe, keep sane, and have a wonderful week. All of you. Oh, here, I can show you who else is here. Oh, wait, I have to unblur first. Let's see how to do that.
And please switch off the sound for musicians, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, okay. And how do I unblur this? Blur, unblur. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Anyway. So we'll see you all soon. Thank you for joining us. And Fantan, be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare
Jai Jagannath.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you very much,
Prabhuji.
Guru Maharaj.
everyone.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
very much,
dear
dear
devotees.
Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.